The Parliament's internal auditor is said to have found significant breaches were common among the 7,000 unelected officials. Despite the auditor warning of the risk of conflicts of interest, staff were allowed to continuing authorising their own expenses and pay allowances to family members. The reports obtained by the Daily Telegraph in 2008 identified instances when officials were being given double payments or allowances to which they were not entitled to. And a recent attack on EU chiefs from Italy's five-star movement suggests little has changed in relation to waste of taxpayer cash. A top Italian MEP revealed the monthly salary was not only exorbitant but a slap in the face of more than 100 million in poverty. Ignazio Corrao, an Italian MEP from the Five-Star Movement, formally launched his party's campaign for the European Parliament elections in May. On January 17 in Strasbourg, the populist politician attacked the EU Commission, saying that in 2019, taxpayers will spend €12.6 million, £11 million, to support the Commission body. With figures in his hand, he also started pointing his fingers at the highest EU officials. According to Mr. Corrao, the president of the Commission, Jean-Claude Juncker, receives €27,436, £24,006 a month. The European Parliament kept secret breaches of rules. Image Getty. Jean-Claude Juncker receives €27,436, £24,006 a month. Image Getty. The High Representative of the European Union for Foreign Affairs, Federica Mogherini, earns €25,845, £22,614 a month, and the Vice President, Frans Timmermans, €24,852, £21,745 a month. Mr. Corrao called for the EU to change as soon as possible, noting how the bloc gives absurd privilege to politicians while imposing sacrifices on citizens in the name of budget constraints. Over the years, the European Union has been often at the center of scandals and controversy, in particular over the waste of taxpayers' money. The reports in 2011 also highlighted how staff failed to secure the best value for money for taxpayers and found irregularities and conflicts of interest concerning awarding contracts worth more than £600 million a year. Despite the findings, the audits had been kept secret from most MEPs, allowing the abuses to continue unchecked for more than 3 years. EU staff tried to stop the release of the reports as they argued that public exposure of the audits would disrupt decision-making. EU staff tried to stop the release of the reports. Image Getty. However, Diana Wallace, a Liberal Democrat member of the Bureau, which administers the Assembly, told the Daily Telegraph that openness would have helped MEPs to improve the working of the Parliament. She said at the time, "We had had plenty of time to look at the internal audit report and implement recommendations, and therefore, I believe that we had to ensure that these documents were released." Marta Andreasen, a former whistle-blowing chief accountant at the European Commission and a member of the Parliament's Budgetary Control Committee, commented on the 2011 scandal, saying, "The Parliament's bureaucracy operates the total lack of transparency, which is how it gets away with these irregularities," a European Parliament spokesman said after the release of the reports. The very aim of these reports is to improve the Parliament's management by identifying risks and weaknesses. The auditor makes recommendations to the management, which are then carried out and followed up again by the auditor. As the internal auditor points out himself,